Good morning. Things to think about. And what is the most important thing to begin with? It's our own self-realization. It's our own remembering. Because this brings us to a foundation from where we can then best discern what's going on around us in our own way, with our own education, with our own experience. And we foster from this the decisions that we make as the moments are flowing, progressing through time. Being in a comfortable posture and undisturbed is the way we usually like to begin our mindful meditation, sometimes spoken about, sometimes not. Yet I expect that each of us has our own ritual we have or are developing to facilitate ourselves being in a more conducive state to being aware of our own senses, of our own physicality, being aware of one's body's heat as it's emanating from us. Two parts of your body that are touching together, then I think there's a residual heat one feels, feeling it and being aware. And taking that sense of awareness to one's actual posture. Where have you gone today in your posture? What are you doing? Anything differently, or is it pretty much the same? And that's okay if it is, or it's not. Everything is in a state of flux. Everything is in a state of change. It is the nature of our universe that everything is oscillating, being made of the same constituent, which is the universal energy, the primal energy of creation. Fostering our sense of focus and concentration on our physicality, we pursue not only our posture and this sense of heat emanating from our bodies, but we bring into it also the process of respiration. We speak about, we feel inside of ourselves as our chests rise and subside. And taking enough interest to participate in this four-part breath we go through. We inhale, we pause, we exhale, we pause again. Starting thereafter a brand new cycle. And lengthening these cycles. Lengthening each aspect, 1, 2, 3, 4, in a meaningful way, but it can be just a little bit. It doesn't need to be something grand or beyond your comfort level. Make it comfortable. Remembering the virtuosity we embrace is of kindliness, of generosity towards ourselves as much as to everyone else. To be positive rather than negative. This is very important. It is a crucial part of mindfulness, because we're going to aspire more and be more involved and interested if we are positive in our self-suggestions, in our viewpoint on ourselves and the world around us. It's a fact. Being here now, with this body of ours, following its heat, following its comfort, following its being undisturbed, following our breath, our breathing process. Allowing this process to expand, to lengthen. Have a sense of greater responsibility in going through this cycle of respiration, thinking about what it all means. Where is the air coming from? We're breathing as we breathe in. Where is the air going? We breathe out as we exhale. Where was it a minute ago? Probably very close to ourselves. Where will it be in a week or in a month? Now, that's a much more, in some ways, interesting question. Will it be on the other side of the world? Maybe. It's an interesting world we live in. We're very lucky. If one has the thinking of how fortunate we are, if one has the width of perspective to come to a self-realization of the majesty of creation and our role in it. If one considers the timeline, science says 14.6 billion years of creation, evolution. Science also says our Earth and Sun were formed approximately 4.5 billion years ago, and life began to form 3.5 billion years ago. The first billion years, our planet was too hot. No water could transform from a gaseous into a liquid state. It's taken time, took time to do this, to cool down, transform, change. It's a sense of awe comes easily when one thinks of these perspectives. Investigate in one's own time when one is mindful. Ascertain how you believe. What are your thoughts? What research are you doing when you have questions? Are you putting it off? Don't. You have the internet. The whole world is at your disposal. Look, seek, and ye shall find. Ask, and it shall be given unto you. Know thyself. To thine own self be true. These sayings, hundreds, thousands of years old, are touching and vibrating in our hearts and souls because of their truth, the veracity of what is being said, what these words come to symbolize. Take them to heart, make them part of oneself, just as we take to heart our sense of kindness and compassion and understanding. Doing these things all day. Coming back to our bodies, think about our pulsing heart, squeezing, relaxing, squeezing, relaxing. 60 times a minute, every moment, pretty much, this is the way it goes. 90,000 approximately times a day. 15 to 20,000 breaths every day. It's no wonder we take these miraculous processes for granted. It makes sense we would. It's the same thing as all of or many of the activities of our bodies, all of our glands and all of the different chemicals that we produce, all of the elements of our digestion. So many things most likely we don't understand, certainly I don't, that are going on simultaneously but which we ignore because they're happening continually. So, being understanding, having a sense of compassion, being kind. We can just say these words over and over again all day. They will grow in us if we do this. They have in me already. I do it every day. I don't, fortunately, really have disappointments. I have understanding. I have reckoning. A desire to learn from where my visualizations or my imagination has led me astray. Wanting to improve upon my performance, so I'll do better another day. Yeah, this is common sense. And leaving room for the creativity of everything else that's outside of my skin, because one must. We must be kind and understanding and adaptive, flexible. This is the name of the game for success. One can beat their head against the wall if one wishes, but I don't recommend it. And it's a shame. All human life is beautiful. We are each a bundle of miracles. Known or unknown, it doesn't matter, it's the truth. Yet things like humility, which we should also be incubating and becoming, or are is a different step, another step. We have a perspective wide enough to grasp our good fortune. And in this same realization, in illumination, having a sense of awe, a revelation of reverence and astonishment at what has occurred in 14.6 billion years. As a witness, an observer, without bias, just contemplating in one's mindful meditation everything from the beginning until now. And a sense of thankfulness, of gratitude, to be a participant with the capacities we have. We can visualize and imagine, have technological advances that have furthered our understanding of what's going on here, inside of ourselves, around us upon this planet Earth, and beyond the universe itself. How lucky we are. It is literally the dawning, the beginning of the Aquarian age. It is time for mankind to acknowledge and step up to our responsibilities, stewards of our lands, seas, air, of our world, of ourselves, is where it begins. Cultivating within oneself, like one cultivates in a garden. Saran the gardener recommends that you keep planting every day. Put seeds into one's mind, into one's heart, one's soul, and plant them at the appropriate depth, deep, and nurture them every day, all the time, whenever one can. Whenever a moment becomes a sense of awareness, pause and take 3 seconds to say, I am a bundle of miracles. That's all you need to do. Everything else will flood back in. This is mindful meditation. This is the reason why one practices, to create a ritual, a habit within oneself that transports oneself from a sense of awareness or state of awareness into a state of being here now. A bundle of miracles in harmony, humbled, and full of gratitude. Thinking about these things, while one thinks about their heat emanating, while one considers one's breathing cycle, one's heart squeezing and relaxing, one's whole body quaking with energy, vibrating, if you will, with ecstatic, shimmering illumination. It is whom we are. One must acknowledge, and one must be sensitive and receptive to what is. This is not anything other than the truth. The music continues for another minute. Linger, please. And have a fabulous day. Namaste.